The Rangers have found their next star. Can this particular player do something this season that hasn't been achieved by a blue shirt in nearly 40 years? I break down whether or not he can on another sizzling edition of Rangers Digest. Welcome back to Rangers Digest. We are built for blue shirt fandom, and I am your host, Bret Botfeld. It is great to be back with you guys on this gorgeous Tuesday, the 26th of August, another day closer to the start of NHL training camp, and we are so thrilled and excited about that. And we have a fun video in store for you guys today. We're going to be talking about a specific Ranger that has a chance to do something sensational this upcoming season, something that hasn't been accomplished in nearly 4 decades, guys. But before we get into that, a quick reminder that about 77% of you who currently watch these videos are still unsubscribed to the channel. So please go down below and hit that free subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything happening New York Rangers. Not only that, guys, so you could be part of something special here at Rangers Digest. Let's waste no more time and hop right into today's video. So we're going to kick things off talking about the NHLPA Rookie Showcase will take place at MedStar Capital's Iceplex in Arlington, Virginia next month. The event is being held at the Washington Capitals practice facility for the 4th straight year and 5th time overall. You're probably asking, why is this relevant, guys? Well, the Rookie Showcase is happening next month, and the Rangers have a few players that may be involved in this showcase. One in particular that we're going to be breaking down today, like I said, has a chance to accomplish something special this season. Ryan Leonard will be the Capitals representative at this event, joining 30 other prospects and rookies from around the NHL. Leonard, 20 years old, is headed into his first full season as a pro after playing 17 combined regular season and playoff games for the Caps during the 24-25 campaign. For those of you that don't know, Ryan Leonard, former 8th overall pick for the Capitals in the 2023 NHL draft. And we're going to be talking about one of his former teammates at Boston College that is a New York Ranger now and will be at this event as well. So other notable attendees include 2025 first overall draft selection Matthew Schaefer from the New York Islanders, Leonard's college teammate who I just spoke about, Gabe Perreault, Russian defenseman Alexander Nikishin from Carolina, and high-scoring winger Tej Iginla from Utah. Now, something interesting here, obviously you see that Gabe Perreault and Ryan Leonard were teammates at Boston College. Not only that, guys, but something fun, when it comes to Matthew Schaefer, the first overall pick for the Islanders. Let's not forget at draft night, when he was picked by the Islanders, talking about that Islanders-Rangers rivalry, saying that he can't wait for it. He can't wait to take it to the Rangers every single time. So a little rivalry continuing to brew there. Not only that, but a couple of his former teammates, including Malcolm Spence, Kerry Terrence, also teammates of Matthew Schaefer, now Rangers. So this rivalry between the Rangers and Islanders is even more interesting now and will be for the next few years than it's already been. But let's stay on topic here when it comes to Gabe Perreault. Now, NHL training camp is about to begin in a few weeks here. It's not too early to speculate about how the New York Rangers could deploy Gabe Perreault this coming season and how they could help put him in a position to contend for the Calder Trophy as NHL Rookie of the Year. So, guys, the Rangers have had 8 Rookie of the Year winners in their history. However, Brian Leetch was the last to win the Calder in 1988-89. So it's been nearly 40 years since a Ranger has won the Calder Trophy and been Rookie of the Year. So we are hoping that Gabe Perreault, if he gets a shot here to start the season with the Rangers or plays enough games with the Rangers this season, that he can win the Calder Trophy. I will say that Gabe Perreault isn't the current favorite, obviously, to win the trophy. Who we spoke about, Ryan Leonard, Matthew Schaefer, etc., do have a better shot to win it than Gabe Perreault, but it really all depends on whether or not he makes the opening night roster or whether or not he plays enough games with the Blue Shirts this season to win that trophy. But it would be really, really special if he were to do it. He'd just be the 9th Ranger in history to do it. And now we're going to talk about how they could put him in the best position to succeed, because we always speak about here on the channel that the Rangers have drafted well. They've identified talent at a high level, but they have not put their players in the best position to succeed, and that is very important and crucial, guys. The 20-year-old forward is New York's top prospect. He has been since the Rangers selected him in the first round, number 23 overall, at the 2023 NHL Draft. Now, after 2 standout seasons at Boston College, where he totaled 108 points, 35 goals, 73 assists in 73 games, Perreault enters his first NHL training camp, eyeing a spot on the opening night roster. So as you can see, a well above 1 point per game player with Boston College. He created havoc, caused chaos for Boston College. Not only that, but was a 2 point per game player with the U.S. national hockey team. So this is a prolific player, guys, a playmaker, an individual who could put the puck in the back of the net at a high clip. And he is really eyeing a spot on that opening night roster. He will have some competition, because let's not forget, the Rangers' top 6 is pretty much solidified. You know, they have that identity 4th line. The 3rd line, there's a few question marks, but when you think about it, there's really only one spot up for grabs in the Rangers' top 9. So we're going to get into that, how Gabe Perreault could actually crack the top 12, the top 9 in particular. So Perreault, 20-year-old forward, he's a pro with 5 games of NHL experience on his resume and regularly skated with NHL veterans in Chicago this offseason, including Patrick Kane, arguably the greatest American-born player in league history, also a former Ranger, obviously, not in his prime, but was a tremendous, terrific player with the Blackhawks. Here's what Perreault had to say about Kane. He was my favorite player growing up, so I'm just trying to watch him every day, the little things he does, how smart he is, the way he picks up the puck and makes plays, Perreault said. I mean, obviously, he's the best stick handler in the world, so I'm trying to just look at him and take anything I can from him. So that's great to see this offseason. He's been working hard, training hard, working with players like Patrick Kane, obviously going to be a Hall of Famer, multi-time Stanley Cup champion. But now let's talk about a player that Perreault will be competing with for a spot on the Rangers opening night roster. All right, Brennan Othmann, as you can see here, 22 games last season, only recorded 2 points, was a +7 in about 10 minutes of ice time. Brennan Othmann also doesn't have much experience in the NHL, just 25 games, a small sample size. But this is a player that Gabe Perreault will be competing with on that 3rd line at left wing. Also Bret Botfeld. The thing about Bret Botfeld is he can move to the right side if they need him. But that gets tricky too, because the Rangers just brought in Taylor Radish, paying him about $2 million to play 3rd line right wing. So it gets a little interesting there. But Brennan Othmann will be in a ferocious competition with Gabe Perreault in training camp. When it comes to Perreault, he's got top 6 potential, obviously. He's always engaged. His ability to calmly control the puck and score will make him a valuable power play option as well. I said he puts the puck in the back of the net at a high clip, creates opportunities for his teammates. The bad is his stature and style of play lacks that type of snarl that the Rangers are looking for. His positioning in the O zone is good, but not in the D zone. So now I want to talk about what Gabe Perreault's former coach at Boston College had to say about Gabe Perreault this past season. Only played in 5 games, but here's what he had to say about his adjustment to the NHL. I think one of the biggest things going from college to pro is the adjustment to the speed of the game. And it looked, at least on TV last season, that Gabe was processing at that speed, which is the hardest thing to adjust to, Brown told NHL.com. He was a brilliant high IQ player here at Boston College, and you just wonder how long it will take to adjust. But he looked comfortable out there. It wasn't too fast for him mentally. That's a great sign for him going forward. That's what Greg Brown, his former coach at Boston College, told Dan Rosen of NHL.com. Guys, this is very interesting because Gabe Perreault has all the skill, has all the talent in the world, but in order for him to crack the Rangers opening night rosters, he's going to have to show that he can defend top forwards in the NHL. Not only that, he's going to show that he can forecheck. He's going to have to show that he can do just more than display that natural born God-given talent that he has. Because like I said, he's a two-way offensive player. He's a playmaker. He's a goal scorer. But in order for him to earn playing time under Mike Sullivan, and we know when it comes to Mike Sullivan, you have to earn it, Perreault is going to have to show that he can do the little things, that he's aggressive, that he's always engaged, that he's forechecking, that he's in a good position in the D zone. So it's not all about the offense when it comes to Perreault. But where could you play him, guys? The Rangers' first line is already solidified. You'd imagine that their second line is going to be anchored by JT Miller with Zibanejad on the right and Cooley on the left. So, when it comes to that third line, you're looking at a center position, most likely held down by Juuso Parssinen. The right side, you can possibly see Gabe Perreault, but you're most likely going to see Taylor Radish. That fourth line, identity line, is solidified. So there's really only one spot for him to play, and it is on that third line at left wing. But I believe Bret Botfeld is going to get a shot here to start the year because he has the most experience out of Othmann and Perreault, and he has produced in 35 games with the Rangers. He scored 10 points, and let's not forget his fourth NHL game, he tore his labrum in his shoulder, but he was still able to produce. So Rangers fans are excited about the possibility of a full season from Bret Botfeld, but the alternative isn't bad either, guys. Gabe Perreault does not have any experience in the AHL, so if he were to start the year in Hartford, that would actually be a good thing in my opinion. You could play him 20-plus minutes a night, really establish himself in all three zones, the O zone, the neutral zone, the D zone. Try to turn into a 200-foot player in the AHL, and then when he's ready, call him up. I believe that makes the most sense, but I am fascinated to hear what you guys think. Do you guys think Gabe Perreault could crack the opening night roster? If he does, do you think he has potential to win the Calder Trophy? Leave your comments down below. Give us a follow on X as well at Rangers Digest YT. It's in the description. Leave a message over there, and also leave a comment in the comment section. The conversation always continues on X and in the comment section. If you guys still haven't hit that free subscribe button, please hit that button so you can stay up to date with everything happening New York Rangers. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk soon.